Their pride is bruised now because they're looking
Mhm.
at Trump and they're like, this guy is exponentially better than me. And they're not going to say that out loud, but he
Right.
is. He can do
They're
the
getting close, right? Like they're
right.
admitting that this is all actually pretty good.
Right, because but he's doing the job that you guys couldn't get done. That you
Yep.
say, it's like, it was so hard. Did you hear him say that? I mean,
Mhm.
we wanted to cut waste, but it was really hard, you guys. It was really hard. Let me give you a violin. Screw you. Let's put a real man in there to get the job done. And that's
Yep.
precisely what's happening. There's a real man in there getting it done. And they are like, what is this?
They're
Oh,
flailing. And
it's
the
a
jig is
real
up
man.
because every Democrat who has claimed to have been interested in stopping fraud and waste and abuse and all of that and promising to do it has just shown through Trump it can be done. You
It
just
can be
have to have the
done.
will to do it. And you
Right.
guys never did. And now
They don't have the will to do anything. They don't even have the will
exactly.
to put up a president that is there and present. He wasn't even the
Right.
president. It's all
Right.
theater for these people. These people are theater kids who are now working in government and they tried to run the country. And then thank God we took it over
Oh my
because that's
God.
essentially who they are.
Mhm. Yesterday, speaking of Doge, yesterday was the very first subcommittee Doge hearing that Marjorie Taylor Greene is the chairwoman of. And then it's, obviously it's Republican led, but there are Democrats on this subcommittee as well. And one of those members, Democrat members, is Robert Garcia, who is a literal piece of excrement. And he admitted basically on MSNBC that the only reason he's there is to be a problem, to create problems for the Republicans. He said so in not so many words. Here he is.
There's some that may question why Democrats are participating in a committee like this if Republicans are cutting you off at the pass with subpoena power, and wondering if y'all being on committees like this doesn't validate or normalize the work of Doge, which is certainly going about in anything but normal capacity here as it tries to basically rip out root and stem various parts of government, even agencies themselves. What would you say to folks like that?
Yeah, I would say that first, I have zero interest working with Marjorie Taylor Greene, our chairwoman on this committee, or the House Republicans on this committee to help them with anything as it relates to Doge. What we're there for and what we're there to do is to fight, to push back on the lies, to bring attention to what's going on right now at our agencies, and to make sure that people know that we are going to fight every single day to ensure that we get Elon Musk out of our private information. So it's important that we are there. Look, if we weren't there, they would have the entire committee essentially to themselves. But let's make no mistake about it. We are not going to be working with the House majority, and we're certainly not going to be working with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I
think folks today are going to see us get really engaged and ask really tough questions.
Yeah. So he has zero interest in saving taxpayer money. That's what he's telling.
Nope.
He should have just said that. I have zero interest in saving your money. It doesn't surprise me. It tracks. He's a Californian.
Is he? For some reason, I thought he was a Texas guy. Is he not?
No, I think he's a Californian. Yeah, he's a Californian.
Okay.
Which
that tracks,
dude. It totally tracks. Yeah, you guys don't even know where the money goes. It's like we're to set it on fire.
And speaking of managing your money appropriately, can we just give a shout out very quickly to our friend and sponsor of the show, Zach Abraham from Bulwark Capital Management? You only get the one chance to retire. It's not like unless you're Brett Favre and then you get like 17 chances, or like if you're Cher, you get a lot of chances to retire.
Right.
But most people only have the one shot. So you don't want to just leave it to chance. If you already have a financial advisor, just think about a second opinion, and
or really just think about switching entirely.
Conservative, a shameless conservative who will help you, or at least give you a free know your risk portfolio review and talk to you about how you're managing your finances.
He's really great, you guys. He's really great. He's taught me and my husband a lot about finance. He's a great guy. I say younger. He's younger than us, right? A little younger than us.
I think so.
But, yeah. But he's conservative. He's just a good family guy, good guy, fun guy, but he's just very, very knowledgeable. Very, very good. So, yes. I mean, if you do have somebody, because we had somebody, we switched. We switched to him because he's awesome. We really, really like him. So,
and there's no obligation. Like if you have your risk review with him and you decide, I'm good where I am. That's fine too. There's no obligation, but why not at least get a second opinion for free? You can do it by just visiting knowyourriskradio.com. And I completely forgot that I'm supposed to have our little disclaimer.
Oh, you got to
So
put
I'm
that
going to
up.
grab our little disclaimer really fast because I totally forgot about that.
It's
So
been a
here
morning, you guys.
is
It's been
our
a morning.
disclaimer.
Here it is.
Advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security. Any references to performance of securities are thought to be materially accurate, and actual performance may differ. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Trek 24308.
Okay. Legal schmiegel. There you go.
Legal schmiegelese.
Mhm. Right.
So then in the committee, when he got his little 5 minutes, he decided to be just a complete a-hole. This needs no introduction. Just watch.
Ironic, of course, that our chairwoman, Congresswoman Green, is in charge of running this committee. Now, in the last Congress, Chairwoman Green literally showed a dick pic in our oversight congressional hearing. So I thought I'd bring one as well.
It's a picture of Elon.
Now, this, of course, we know is President Elon Musk. He's also the world's richest man. He was the biggest political donor in the last election.
I mean, this is how they're spending their time.
Yeah. He's saying, I have a dick pic, and it's a picture of Elon. Aren't I funny? I'm a funny guy.
Clever.
Super funny. I still don't want to save your money. Don't want to save your money. I have no interest in saving your money. I'm just going to keep on setting it on fire and taking it from you and see if we can come up with more legislation on how to get more of it. Because that's what he wants to do. These people are criminals.
And they're just fighting for the status quo, which is why they're going to continue to lose, because America was tired of the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they don't get this.
The status quo is rife with corruption, and they are stealing from us. They've been stealing from us for eons. I mean, the fact that people have to scrimp and save and we have to sacrifice. Do you think that jackhole has to sacrifice? No. It's they've lost their way.
And the what's her name? Brianna Keilar from CNN. I think that's right. She had Robert Garcia on after that moment to basically question him. Was that appropriate? Was it appropriate for you to show that picture of Elon and call him a dick? Was that good? And here he is.
Why? But do you think that calling Elon Musk a dick is effective messaging for confronting what is a potentially irreversible transformation of the U.S. government?
I can't believe this is our world.
Well, he is a dick. And I think he's also harming the American public in an enormous way. And what I think is really important, and what the American public want, is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight for democracy, for the future of this country. And it's important to push back on the chairperson of this committee. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about having decorum, about bipartisanship. This is the person that lies more than anybody else in the entire Congress. And so if she is going to make a mockery of hearings, I want to make sure that us as Democrats are bringing that same level of energy. And of course, after those comments, we went into exactly what Elon Musk is trying to do: dismantling the Department of Labor, dismantling the Department of Education, dismantling all of our consumer protection agencies. And so it's all important, but it's also important to get the attention of the American public and call Elon Musk out for what he is, and to make people know that Marjorie Taylor Greene is not a serious legislator and she shouldn't be treated as such.
I have so many words I want to say right now. I'm trying so
hard.
Apparently
we can, because I mean, if we're going around Congress calling everybody dicks,
everybody's a dick. He's a dick. She's a dick. We're all dicks. Yeah, it's like, okay, dude. This guy he's so in love with the government. I can't. It's hard for me. I'm watching him, and it's so hard for me to understand that mentality of how people can be in a position where, I mean, I get it. He's on the government. He is the government, right? He's the guy that we're paying. But he's just, so we got to keep it fat. We got to keep it happy. And if you're a Democrat and you see this guy calling everybody dicks and defending, I don't know what, because he's not like he's defending line items on an audit, because he can't do that. God knows that none of these people have done that. But you see this on TV. How are you still a Democrat? How?
That doesn't make any sense.